How to know if it's a function or a relation? How to know, you have to check the domain, meaning the x. If the x is repeating more than one time, then it's not a function. But if the y repeats more than one time, it doesn't matter because it's possible. So, if the x repeats more than one time, then it's not a function.
To find the slope from this linear function, you have to divide both sides by 2. This to eliminate further in the future the 2. So we're going to have x divided by 2 minus 4 divided by 2, which equals, by eliminating both 2's, y minus 3. After that, we have to simplify, and we're gonna get minus 2 and 1 middle x minus 2 equals y minus 3. What we want to do here is leave y alone, so we're gonna pass the 3 to the other side. So we're gonna have 1 middle x minus 2 plus 3, because when we pass it to another side, we have to change the sign. After this, we're gonna do minus 2 plus 3, which is gonna get plus 1 equals y. And after this, we're gonna have y equals 1 middle x plus 1, and that is your slope form.
To get the other pair of any equation, this will be the example. You just have to choose any 3 numbers that you would like, and then you will substitute them in the equation. Then, after getting that, you will have the result of the y, and then you will have your other order pair, when you will put first the number of the domain, that is the x, and then the result of that you will put it where there is a y, and then you will have your other pair, and you will do the same for the next 2 numbers, and you will have 3 order pairs. Okay, now I'm gonna explain how to get the sets. To get the sets, we already have this equation that is in slope-intercept form. What I like to do is to make a chart and choose any number for x. I choose 0, 1, 2, and 3. Now I need to substitute the x's, any of these numbers, into this equation. 0, 1, 1, 3 halves, 2, 2, and 3, 5 halves. And it's all in here.
Now that you have the slope form, we're gonna pass it to graph. First, we gotta get the y-intercept, which is 0, 1, because of the number at the end. After that, we're gonna get the m, which is rise and run. Rise and run is equals to the slope. In this case, it's 1 middle. After that, on the graph, we're gonna place the y-intercept first, and then supporting by the rise and run, it's rise, which is 1 up, and 2, which is run on the side. So you're just gonna go 1 up, 2 on the side, and then create a line, and that's your graph. After making the graph, a way to make sure you're correct is to make this table x and y. So you basically put a random number on the x, and then substitute, change it in the x of the equation, like so. So after that, you're gonna get a response, and which is your y. So you basically, if you want to check if your points are correct, you just keep doing that which is just changing the x by, you can do numbers of your choice, or if you already have the graph, you can just do the ones you put the point to make sure you're correct. So as you can see, we have 1 and 0, which is correct. We have 2 and 2, which is also correct. There is 4 and 4, which is correct. And like that, you just make sure the graph is correct, and that's it. To find the x-intercept, all we have to do is leave the x in one side and all these numbers in the other. To start, we're gonna simplify this part. So we're gonna have x minus 4 equals, multiplying this, you're gonna have 2j plus 2 times minus 3. From this, you're gonna get minus 6. So we're gonna have x minus 4 equals to y minus 6. Sorry. After that, we're gonna pass this number to this side. So we're gonna have x equals to j minus 6 plus, because when you change it to the other side, you have to change the sign. And you're gonna have x equals to y minus 2. And this is your x-intercept.